Hey guys, welcome to the second part of our uh, Berserker Viking build. So this one will just be transitioning us into the late game. So as you can see, we have pretty good stats. We have 220k reduction, that's very strong. 247k HP, which is again very strong. It won't get you into super deep wormholes, but it will get you doing chaos towers and all sorts of good stuff. Hero levels are kind of what I said before. It's just going to be the stam and then straight across the board. We can do this at this point with the crit damage and crit chance because we finally have the ability to run some of that. Mercenary is going to remain the same for now. And let's see, talent points looking like they all remain the same. So with the gear, now some of these items are A tier, which isn't very easy to start out with, and there's two items that are S tier in here. So let's just go over kind of the general goal of what you're looking for right now. So you want a High Demon's Necklace. This is going to give you CDR, all talents, all stats, cold damage, attack speed. This is the perfect item you need for starting out. You can go for a Rift Commander's Axe. This is a really good starting weapon because it gives you tons of damage reduction, crit chance, crit damage, ability power, attack power, cold damage, armor percent, movement speed, life and mana per hit. Like, this is very strong. And then the weapon sweep is going to help you quite a bit as well. The gloves, we're going to be going for Assassin's Mitts. Fairly straightforward. You want to try to hit all talents, which I happen to get lucky with this pair. But you pretty much want all talents on most of your gear if you're able to roll it. But we are going for the Assassin's Mitts. We do want the crit. Oops. Then Praetorian's Blood. This is the best in slot, keeping it with the two all talents. So I would never replace this potion. These boots, they have APS, which it works, but it's not that great. It'd be better to just have the plus one all talent for the passive. Belt, again, we're going to have all talents. It's very strong for us. For the chest, looks like we have all talents as well, or maybe not. I think we might have armor or something on this one. I'm not entirely sure. But again, aiming for all talents. This is really underrated chest because it gives you all resist, actually a ton of armor compared to most chests at this level. It gives you all stats, which is again just more damage, more mana, etc. Helmet we're going for is the Veil of Mystery. This is going to give us a ton of all stats, all talents, all resist, and max all resist, so it's a very tanky helmet and it helps our damage a lot. We would be moving up from the rainbow to an Aztec coin. Now granted, this one gives 50% attack speed, not really needed, not necessary. We're really aiming for all talents. And then at this point I would use the Demon Eye Ring, just because we want the leech and we want the all talents and all stats. So with that said, our whirlwind went from, what was it, 774k in the last video to 5.7 mil. So this now completely changes our character to what is physically able to be farmed or not. We've hit the right caps that we need to hit, so we've passed the 7.33 attacks per second. We're at the 36% CDR. We do have Life Leech, Mana Leech. The mana per second doesn't really matter, and the health per second is okay, but doesn't matter too much. We do have some block chance going on from our all talents. We do have some damage coming from Weapon Master from the all talents. Zeal's stacked really high. So right now our character's in a really good slot. I should max out cold resist, but I'm not going to expend another rune just to do that. So On my Mercenary, I have him running a Perdition, a Leviathan. This is really strong for him because it gives him good armor, good HP, all resist, etc. The helmet, Golden Crusader. This is arguably one of the better helmets for your Mercenary, but there's plenty of options later on. And Shelter, this is kind of more of a late game item since it does take 2 high runes to craft it, but it is a really useful shield for utility because not only does it give a ton of stats right there, it also gives you health regen, so that helps you a bit, and it definitely helps your Mercenary, so gives him a lot of life. So let's go ahead, do a health 5, and let's just go ahead and do a Glacial Trail run, just to show you a quick. Now I could do that Chaos Tower, I'm just gonna skip it for the sake of I want to show you guys how much faster the boss kills are with this now. Alright, so there's Glacial Trail. We're just gonna clear the rest of the map. You never know if there's a chase item or something that you could be missing out on. And I've always just been the type of person to clear the full upper map regardless. Doesn't matter the ARPG. And there's our cute little Chaos Tower. And we are good to go. Now this build's really fun, because you literally just spin to win. You hold your right click, hold your left click. Depending on how you keybind things, I have my left click with auto attack, my right click has all my abilities bound to it, so I just move around with my keyboard, my WASD keys, and just watch things die. It's very satisfying. Always loot the chests, those can give you new items. As you can see, this is really no issue at all. After we go over this Garog kill, I will show you the relics and kind of what you want to aim for after this, depending on which style of build you want to go. I should go back and kill that. Mimics actually have a very high drop rate, so it's always worth killing them. Don't skip those. Alright, Grim Reaper's Dungeon. Should be a fairly fast run. I think the thing that's holding me back the most right now is my movement speed, which that's just going to come with later gear. There's an item. Yeah, so we can do bosses pretty quick. Actually, I want to go... No, I don't want to go to an Uber boss. I'll go do a Cyclops boss really quick. I'll show you the damage on that. Sorry if I'm not like clipping my videos into a million pieces. That's kind of not how I make my videos. I'd rather just show you my full gameplay. And if you guys like it, that's great. If not, you can comment down below and say you hate it, and I'll still make the videos the same way. So, we will go ahead and get this done. If you are interested in the skin that I'm wearing, I am wearing the Neko Viking skin with the over 9,000 helmet. It's very satisfying. I like it. Yeah, so King Rare cooldown, fairly easy. Alright, so going over the gear, as you guys saw, we always want to maintain 7.33 attacks per second. We always want to maintain 36% CDR. We always want to maintain 1% life per hit, 1% mana per hit. Other than that, you're going for all stats. You're going for armor. As you can see, I have a ton of armor, ton of reduction. My all resist is good. I should cap that out, but I'm not going to waste a rune on 2 points right now. So as for our relics, now there's one glaring issue with this that I did not see when I first made it, but I wish I could go back and do it. I would take out probably the rusted cube, or yeah, probably just the rusted cube, and swap that for a lucky charm. That way you do get the magic find. Other than that, you're stacking some attack speed, strength, stamina, strength. We're going to be stacking a lot of strength in here, a lot of armor, not really focused on attack speed too much, a lot of all stats, more armor, strength, all stats, strength. We want the Mario's pipe, just in case you ever get stuck somewhere. That will help you out and possibly save you. Other than that, we're looking good to go. Tons of armor. Worst problem, as I said before, is our movement speed, but that can always be recovered with better gear. So what you'd be trying to head into next after these pieces, you have a couple choices. You can either stay two-hander and go for something like the Viking's Sacred Axe and Sacred Helmet or Boots, and then go for more all stats and armor and just play off of that and see how that works. They'll usually give you plenty of crit. It'll make your whirlwind a lot wider and do more damage, and it's fairly tanky overall. So I will post a short version of that build if you're interested, but I will also be posting my one-hand whirlwind character. So it's not dual wield, it's going to be a one-hand shield, and it does probably have some of the highest damage potential in the game, and I'll show you why that works out so well. There's also a bleed build and a throwing build I would like to show, so those are the next 4 videos coming up. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next videos. So I just want to do one test really quick, just to check into something. This is a 1K wormhole. I will show you guys after I complete it. But this is with the same old garbage gear that I was wearing. Nothing fancy. As I said, most of this stuff is tier A. Only a few of the items are actually tier S. And there are tier S's that people just don't care about. So getting these items isn't going to be an issue. Now, I do want to focus on like a hardcore playstyle, so that does mean you want to keep your mercenary alive majority of the time. He's just too helpful not to have up. He mitigates some of the damage you take, he taunts. Yeah, he's just very strong to have by your side. Even though he dies quite fast because we don't have the gear for him yet, but it is okay. Pop your flask if you just want to do a ton of DPS and not die. So that's good if you like pull the entire map and you just want to go ham. Perfect way to do it. Alright, now let's go on to the boss. Now, the problem is we are still in one-shot range, depending on what boss this is. So this is going to be a really bad one. But I know we can kill this fairly quickly if we just focus on dodging. I need to not Mario pipe into bullet hell. And pop flask. Get some good damage in there. Yeah, I mean, if this was a boss that just stayed in one spot, would be much easier. I actually can't go for the res on my guy, maybe. There we go, got it. Now during your mercenary shield you can get some good DPS out, just because it'll pretty much absorb like everything. Just gonna pop flask and go ham. Alright, so that was a 1K wormhole. Took about, what, 3.5 minutes roughly, which, considering our gear, it's really not too bad. It is all 101%. You do that so that you can get the +1 talent. But as I said, this is all pretty much gear that people vendor, so picking them up, getting the plus talent items, and getting them to 101% should not be too much of an issue. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next video, and thanks for watching.